Well, my friends, welcome back to my at another video. In this video, we are going to start a discussion on IELTS. Um, IELTS, the expansion of IELTS is International English Language Testing System. As the name indicates, this is a language test, not a knowledge test. Your language proficiency, your English language proficiency is tested in this examination. All right. There are two versions for IELTS. They are academic version and general version. Academic version is often taken by students who want to study abroad and the people who want to work abroad. Okay, academic version is taken by the students who want to study abroad or the people who want to work abroad. But the general version is often taken by the people who want to migrate abroad. All right. There are 4 modules in IELTS. They are listening, reading, writing, and speaking. There are 4 modules in IELTS: listening, reading, writing, and speaking. Okay. We are going to discuss the writing task first. Writing. There are 2 tasks in writing. The total duration of your writing is 60 minutes or 1 hour. The total duration of your writing is 60 minutes or 1 hour. There are 2 tasks in writing, task 1 and task 2. If you are taking academic version of IELTS, task 1 is a graph. If you are taking the academic version of IELTS, the task 1 is a graph. You may get a line graph or a bar graph or a pie chart or a table or a process or things like that. All right. So the task 1 for academic writing is a graph. You can take 20 minutes to finish your answer. You can take 20 minutes to finish your answer. And you are supposed to write between 150 and 200 words. You are supposed to write between 150 and 200 words. To be on the safer side, you may write 175 or 180 words. If you exceed the number of words, if you write more than 200 words, basically that's not a problem. But the more you write, but the problem is the more you write, the more mistakes you make and the less the band score will be. And also the more you write, the less the time you get to finish the task 2, which is more weight or which is more important. Okay. But if it is general version, task 1 is a letter. Okay, if you are taking general version, task 1 is a letter. You will have to write a letter as a response to a situation. Again, you can take 20 minutes to finish your writing and you can write between 150 and 200 words. Okay, now did you understand what I told you? If you are taking academic version, task 1 is a graph, but if it is general version, task 1 is a letter. All right. Then when it comes to your task 2, you will be writing an essay. Okay. If you are taking the academic version of IELTS, your answer must be in a formal style, in an academic style, in a formal style or in an academic style. You can take 40 minutes to finish, because after using 20 minutes to finish your task 1, you have 40 minutes to finish your task 2. So you can take 40 minutes to finish your writing task 2, which is more important than task 1. Task 2 is an essay. But when it comes to the general version, again, there also you will have to write an essay, but but the essay question will be easier. The essay question for the general version will be easier than the essay question for the academic version. And you can write your answer in a semi-informal style. All right, that is the difference. The similarity between general version and academic version in the case of task 2 is in both you will have to write an essay, but the difference is in academic version your response should be in a formal style or in an academic style, but in the general version you can adopt a semi-formal style or semi-informal style. All right, you are supposed to write between 250 and 300 words. Okay, you are supposed to write between 250 and 300 words. If you write more than 300 words, basically that won't be a problem, but the more you write, the more mistakes you make, and the less the time you get to finish your task 1. So to be on the safer side, write around 280 words. Okay, if you write less than 250 words, you may not be. If you are writing just 245 words, 240 or 245 words, that won't be a problem. But if it is 225 or 200 words, that means you may not be answering the task fully. Okay, so I was explaining what is your writing task. Now I'm going to start a discussion on the writing task 2, which is an essay. Okay, essay. In the next few videos, what we are going to discuss is how to write an essay or task 2. I have already told you that you can take 40 minutes to finish your writing task 2, and you are supposed to write between 250 and 300 words. Before I explain different types of essays and how to write them, let me have a discussion on the assessment criteria, because that's very important. Before you start writing task 2, you must understand how your answer is going to be assessed by an examiner. Okay, there are 4 assessment criteria, and what I'm going to do is to discuss the assessment criteria in detail. All right, we are going to dissect each assessment criteria in detail. There are 4 criteria. They are task response. The second one is coherence and cohesion. The first one is task response. The second one is coherence and cohesion. The third one is lexical resource. And the fourth one is grammatical range and accuracy. These are the 4 assessment criteria for task 2. Okay, before I explain different types of essays and how to write them, I must explain these 4 assessment criteria. First, we will take task response. I'm going to explain to you what task response is. Okay, what is task response? The first element under task response is you must write between 250 and 300 words. This is the first element under task response. You must write between 250 and 300 words. I have told you, if your answer is under length, if it is 240 or 245 words, that won't be a big problem. But if it is too under length, you will lose the score. The assumption of the examiner will be that you haven't finished writing, that you haven't answered the task fully. All right. Then if you are exceeding 300 words, that won't be a problem basically, but if you write more than 300 words, you won't be able to get enough time to finish your task 1, and also you won't be able to finish your task 2 properly. You won't be able to do proofreading for task 1 and task 2. All right, which is very important to remove the mistakes in your writing. So to be on the safer side, write around 275 or 280 words. The second element under task response is you should not plagiarize. Not plagiarize. Plagiarize. What is plagiarize? You should not copy from any other answer. You should not write any memorized answer. If you write any memorized answer, the experienced examiner can quickly understand whether this sentence is a memorized sentence or whether this sentence is your answer, original answer. Okay, so an examiner, a learned examiner, your experienced examiner can quickly understand which sentence is yours and which sentence is somebody else's. All right, so don't plagiarize. Your answer must be original. The third element under task response is you should not write your answer in bullet points. No bullet points. You should not write your answer in bullet points or in note form. No note form. Instead, your answer must be in full sentences. Your answer must be in full sentences with subject, verb, and object. Because this is not a knowledge test. Instead, it is a language proficiency test. If your examiner wants to assess your level of English or level of English proficiency, definitely you will have to write your response in full sentences. All right? You should never write your answer in note form or in bullet form. The next point under task response is you must answer all the parts of the question. Answer all the parts. You should answer all the parts of the question. What does it mean by answering all the parts? Suppose your question is causes, effects, and solution. You are supposed to write causes, effects, and solution. All right? Your question is causes, effects, and solution, but you are writing only causes and effects, and you do not write solutions, or you forget to write a paragraph for solutions. There you are not answering all the parts of the question. If the question is causes, effects, and solutions, you must write a paragraph for causes, 1 or 2 paragraphs for effects, and 1 or 2 paragraphs for solutions. All right, so that is answering all the parts of the question. The fifth element is there must be a clear format for your answer, which means there must be an introduction, there must be 1 or 2 body paragraphs, and a conclusion. So there should be a clear format for your essay. There should be an introduction. There should be clear body paragraphs, separated by appropriate expressions. You can there must be there must be minimum 2 body paragraphs in your answer. It can be up to 3 or 4. All right, then there must be a clear conclusion with a clear ending. So clear introduction with a clear opinion. There must be a clear opinion in the introduction. So clear introduction with a clear opinion, then clear body paragraphs separated by appropriate expressions. There should be minimum 2 body paragraphs in your answer, then a clear conclusion with a clear ending. You don't have to write introduction, the word introduction when you start your introduction. You don't have to write body paragraph when you start writing the body paragraph, or you don't have to write the word conclusion when you start writing the conclusion. It should be natural. Introduction, natural starting, then your opinion at the end of the introduction, then body paragraphs. You don't have to write the body paragraph as a heading. You don't have to write a word, 2 words, body paragraph, then underline. Then you start with him. You start the body paragraph. You don't have to do that. Okay, you don't have to write any headings anywhere when you start introduction, body paragraphs, or conclusion.